Hey guys, I'm excited today. I got a big guest on my podcast today. Hassan Campbell, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't
Hey,
cost you nothing to hit that like button.
you
Shall we
heard.
begin?
Shall we begin? I love that intro. Hey Hassan, so I got some questions for you. First, I want you to introduce yourself, like people who don't know you, like how do you describe yourself?
Well, I'm that dude from the Bronx that come out of the first family of hip hop, Bronx River Projects, victim of Africa Bambaataa, or rather survivor of Africa Bambaataa, and I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Okay, who's Africa Bambaataa?
Africa Bambaataa is the godfather of hip hop, first family of hip hop, and a OG predator, child predator.
Okay, and how was it to grow up in the Bronx?
Madness. I grew up in the era of the Bronx where it was pissy mattresses, buildings was burning down. I grew up in an era where every other building was burnt down to the ground. So you was playing in doom and gloom. It looked like a third world country when I grew up.
Okay, and what motivated you to start create content?
Well, when I first started creating content, I was actually on Facebook with my dogs, just posting up my dogs and making dog videos. I was a dog breeder, and once I came out on Africa Bambaataa, it just took me in a totally different direction.
Okay, so what type of content, like how do you come up with your idea when you do your content?
You know what? It's like my content is universal. I have all types of topics that I deal with. I always tell people, if you're a content creator, never let them put you in a box and tell you what you could talk about or what you could do, because then it limits you. So for me, I could sit up there and talk about celebrity gossip, or I could talk about politics. You know, like Harlem Legend always tell me, "Yo, I ain't dealing with the politics." I'm like, I am. You know what I mean? You know, and I understand, because sometimes politics will hold you back a little bit, depending on who you are. Because a person like Candace Owens, she be the biggest person in the country. A person
Okay,
like me, they be like, "Nah, we don't want you. We don't want it coming from a street perspective like that. You're too strong." You know, so they give or take. It is
okay,
what it is, though. I deal with family topics. I deal with the streets. I deal with, the kids out there, the youth. I really got a big voice, just coming at the rappers for misleading the youth. The gang culture, the drill culture. You know, when King Von died and FBG Duck died and all these other young brothers that lived across New York and Brooklyn and the Bronx, and us seeing the downfall of K Flock.
yes,
It played a big part. Just my passion for the streets.
okay. And do you think drill music is killing the youth?
Drill music killed itself already. It has taken itself out. The whole, like, even down to Lil Durk is gone.
Okay,
The ones that survived is in the penitentiary facing the rest of his life in jail.
how do you deal with negativity?
Well, I mean, you can't get around it. You can't get around it. We live in a world where negativity is what we thrive off of. Negativity is like the pain that we go through is what make us great. That's why they say, the broken shall evolve. Broken people become the best people, like DMX. You know what I mean? You hate him or love him, DMX, he was the most, courageous crackhead in the world. And when you say that, it's not with disrespect. He was a crackhead according to his family and loved ones, but he's the diamond in the rough of crackheads. We love him. We don't love every crackhead. Some crackheads, we kicking their ass. We ain't doing that to DMX.
Yes, sir. How do you handle your mental health?
You know what? It took for me to go outside in Bronx River and get shot. When I went out there, I was going through mental health. I was on a suicide mission, and when I realized that when I got shot, the community didn't come outside for me. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every prophet is chased out of his own hometown. But when I realized that it would take for me to love myself, and when I looked at my children after I got out of the hospital and I seen the pain in their face, I said I would never do that to them again, nor would I allow anybody to make me feel the way that I felt to put myself in that position. As men, we are not loved. As men, there is nobody for us to run to when we're hurting. As men, everybody expect us to always be strong. We supposed to lift all the weights. We supposed to carry all the guns, and we supposed to stick our chin up and our chest out at any given moment. But people don't realize God gave us tears for a reason, and the strongest man is going to cry. But the question is, who is going to be there for him when he's going through that? Sometimes your wife not even there for you. She might be mad at you because you were sleeping with the side chick, and she still ain't even get over that. So you crumbling and you breaking it down, and she ain't even there to pat you on your back and say, baby, keep your head up.
And how your life changed since you got shot?
Like, my mental is totally, I'm so focused like I've never been. You know, me telling my story of what I've been through, it kind of broke me because, you know, me and my mother was going through a lot of things behind it, and my mother was in the hospital for 2 years, in and out of comas, and it was just a lot of, like, you know, hurt. Like, me losing her, I always felt like I was supposed to go with her. But then when I looked at the legacy of all the little girls I got running around that came from her offspring, which is me, you know, I got a reason, something to fight for, something to live for. No child ever came into this world and asked to be in this world alone without a mother and a father. So that's priority number one. Every man's mission, every man's number one priority is to make it home to his children, not to the streets.
Yes, sir. What's the biggest challenge you have faced as an online creator?
The biggest challenge, just when you find yourself elevating and getting bigger and bigger, people behind the scenes in the algorithm suppressing your numbers. You know, I've accomplished, I would say, a lot. Kendrick Lamar and basically took my slogan, turn your TV off, to the Grammys, to the Super Bowl. My slogan is in the movie Nemesis on Netflix, episode 5, I believe it is. Like, yeah, I'm all over the place. I done been to some of the top platforms, and being recognized from some of the greatest content creators before you, like Vlad and Adam 22 and Tasha K. Yeah, it makes you feel good when the best of the best acknowledge you. Okay. See, me, I'm not, and this is not no shot at nobody, but I don't really care about Netflix. I don't care about the move to Netflix and niggas moving to Netflix. If you want to show me that you achieved something from YouTube or achieve something as a content creator, you can't jump ship. Go get that YouTube plaque. If you ain't get that YouTube plaque yet, my nigga, you ain't working hard enough. You can't skip the lines and be in niggas' DMs and trying to befriend niggas in their DMs and skip the line. Oh, I was with this one. I was with that one. Where's your plaque at? The people brings you the plaque. Sit.
What's Hassan Campbell goal? What you try to reach? What's your biggest goal you try to reach and you say, okay, I did it?
To buy back the land that was stolen from us, to make sure that I want to hire my children. I want to leave a legacy for them where they don't have to go to the slave master and ask him for a job. I don't want my kids to ask the colonizer for nothing. Okay. I believe as men, we are supposed to figure out how to employ our family and leave land to them. But in today's time, as we live in we going through the last days, we see that everything is illegal now. You can't catch rainwater. You know, your land, even though when you own your land, they still taxing you on your land. You know, so you it's like give or take. The enemy always come up with an obstacle for you to jump over when you black.
Okay. Do you think streaming is affecting the hip hop community? A lot of people said since the streamer came, the music went down.
The music went down because the powers that be took the money away by allowing you to stream free music. So if you take the money away from people getting rich, like when Master P said he came out, he was selling 10,000 CDs or 100,000 worth of CDs out of the trunk of his car. You was able to make money right then and there on the scene. Now with streaming, why am I going to pay for your music if I could get it for free? Especially when people are struggling.
It's true. Who would be your top 5 artists right now?
My top 5 artists right now.
Yes, if like I'm listening, if I went to your car, like who are you listening right now? Who you bumping? Like,
You know, that's really a hard one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because even though I love rapping, I'm from the home of hip hop. When you become our age, I'm creeping on 50 years old. Sometimes you meditating, sometimes you praying and you fasting. So I can't always put on MOP. I love MOP. MOP is like my favorite rap group ever. And, you know, and Tupac, and like it's really back in the days dudes. Because as you get to a certain age, I like certain songs like I'll Be Out, the joint that he did for his brother that died or whatever.
Yes,
that was a heartfelt joint.
Yeah.
So I've lost brothers in the past too, so I always listen to that song. But at the same time, I know that as a street dude, as a dude that if you get on my bad side or we walking past each other and you bump me too hard, and now I'm listening to that blucka blucka blow music and you piss me off and I piss you off, now next thing you know we shooting each other. That's a vibration. It's a vibration that comes with that music. So when you get to a certain age where back in the days we would have appreciated that song from Young Miami, even though to a sense, because you had gangsters and gentlemen, right?
Yes.
And then you had street hooligans and hood bookers.
Yes.
A real man, no matter what, from back in the days to now, don't want no stealing, scamming ass bitch. So even though that Young Miami song is rocking right now, that's not the type of woman that I've ever wanted in my life. So when I see certain women actually dedicating their energy to that, for me, from right now to this age, all the way back to the beginning when I was a young boy, I've always liked good women, good girls. So them ratchet roaches, that song still wouldn't have been the joint for
What's
me.
a good girl for you?
Yeah, what's a good girl for me?
Yeah.
You know, a daddy's girl. You know what I mean? That girl that went to school, that girl that went to college, that girl that got a job, that girl that wasn't easy access to every nigga. Everybody couldn't get her. You know what I mean? She didn't have friendly pussy.
Okay. And how do you stay motivated, inspired, like during this tough time?
Well,
Like what motivates you to keep on going? You keep on going, and you never like fall or nothing.
because now a lifestyle comes with it. You see what I'm saying? As I elevated, you know, being a content creator, I'm making $30,000 and $40,000 a month, 25. You know what I mean? It's never the same. It's all the work that you put on. Before was all the work that you put on. Now, it's like behind the scenes, they trying to drown channels out. And they're doing this to a lot of black content creators. So you got to work 10 times harder, especially, you know, my motivation is me never wanting to work a job. I like to make my own hours. And as long as I can make my own hours, I make money in my sleep. The minute that I have to go punch a clock and I got to stand on a job for 40 hours a week, you know, people used to say that when I first started, you need to go get a job. I'm like, why? You see people donating to me while I'm live. I can sit there and do a live, and sometimes I'll get $3,000 or $4,000 in one live. 800 in one live just because the people love me. Why would I get a job? That's backwards.
And do you think you've been banned? Do you think like people try to try to kill your job on YouTube? I heard you say something like that, like before your number used to be high. Now since a lot of people, like, you know, you be talking your mind, a lot of your numbers be acting funny. Do you think people be
Some of these guys, man, they'll come to sit down with you. How Jay-Z said, niggas will show you love. That's how they fool thugs. Before you know it, you're lying in a pool of blood. So they'll show you love, and the next thing you know, you meeting up with them, and they trying to cancel your channel. It's like the gatekeeper. There's gatekeepers in this YouTube stuff too, and there's people that they talk to behind the scene. Oh, he's doing this, or he's saying that, or he's saying. See, I didn't sell my soul coming into this game, so I don't have to play by their rules. I do what I want to do. And when you got dudes that they sitting up there with Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross sitting up there talking about he seen they balls and he's setting them up with transgenders, you know, doing stuff like that, like with Charleston White. He's setting niggas up with transgenders and telling people how big Charleston is between his legs. How you know that, my nigga? Because that's the games them niggas is playing. For me, I didn't have to go through none of those rituals, so niggas hate me. They want you to go through what they went through. I ain't going through all that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to be at their parties.
They don't control you.
No, they don't control me.
Okay. And what can we expect from Hassan Campbell coming up next month, like soon?
Well, just to get better and stronger as in the content, you know, I want to start doing other content as well, you know, because I see certain people and certain things that's coming into the game with the streaming. And not just the streaming, I see people that's doing things that's pre-recorded that I think is actually dope. Like even with me being in this car, you know, some years ago, I said I was going to do the Car Chronicle. Like 7 years ago, I was supposed to do it and never did it. And you come up with this beautiful idea. Great minds think alike. Before Math Hoffa started the barbershop, you know, my expert opinion, I was supposed to do something in the barbershop in Wilmington, North Carolina. And that never happened. So great people, great minds think alike, and eventually Math ended up doing the barbershop thing. So people are coming along taking ideas. If you got an idea and you don't run with it, somebody else gonna come with that idea.
Yes, sir.
Especially when it comes to this content. But just being creative, you know, one of the things I do want to do is, you know, once I finish remodeling the inside of my house a little bit more, or maybe even renting out something else, I want to start doing more content like on the Bill Cosby side, just showing me and more of my children. Because a lot of people hide their children, or you don't see men being active with their children. So I want to show, you know, the fathers out there that it's cool to be a father. You know, that's one of my biggest goals right there, to start doing content with my children.
Hey, you don't like streaming? I think you would go crazy. You streaming.
Yeah, the streaming.
I honestly think that you would go crazy.
I need somebody like you on my team to help me with the streaming.
You got a bodyguard. You get 1-2 bodyguard around you. I think you would go crazy. Like everybody gonna fuck with you. All the streamers, everybody will fuck with you.
Yeah, I gotta start doing that.
You real like that. A lot of people's not real like you. Right. And you real. I know you're gonna shut the fuck. I know you're gonna put them like, you know, them. Sometimes they be talking. They be shut the fuck up, style line. You know what I mean? We need people who really like real. And keep it real around those people, because everybody's fake, you know what I mean? Right. When sometimes he's lying, everybody like, nobody's like, shut the fuck up, stop lying. You know what I mean? You say the truth to the people, you know what I mean? And we need people like you around those kind of people to, you know what I mean? And right. If you need help, I'll be here. I'm here, I'm around you. I can be a cameraman, I can be whatever. I'll pull up whatever you want to pull up. I'm down to work.
Well, you know, one of the spots I think it'll be dope for us to stream at is well, OG Barbecue come around again, Heaven Up in Harlem. Shout out to OG Daniel, man. That's gonna be a beautiful move
Shout
right
out to
there.
OG Daniel. Thank you. That's because OG Daniel that I met Hassan. So big shout out to OG Daniel. We're gonna be at the barbecue, and yes, sir. Okay, can you let the people know where you are, where they can find you?
Well, y'all already know Hassan Campbell. I got Raw Uncut with Hassan Campbell, Real Topics with Hassan Campbell, Snotbox TV, which I'm gonna be real active on. I'm gonna start getting more active on Kick, Twitch, Rumble, all over the place.
Yes, sir. Yes,
all over the place. It's time to get active. You know,
yes.
It's a lot of content out there. It's a lot to talk about, and it's a lot of competition.
Yes.
So if you want to stay on top, you got to be able to compete with some of the best of the best.
I feel like the competition, on the stream, there is no competition around you. You're all head, so you're gonna come and just kill them niggas.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my G. Thank you, Hassan.